Doctor, have you finished the examination? I can't hold on any longer, I say as I lie on the examination table in the college clinic. A screen completely blocks my view. The examination instrument pokes a few inches deeper into me. I try my best to suppress it, but a whimper escapes me. No, the doctor remains silent and merely adjusts the machine so that my legs are lifted higher. My name was Polly Sullivan, and I was a final year college student who was about to graduate. The college had arranged for all graduating students to have a physical exam. I was delayed because I had received a call from a company that wanted to hire me. By the time I arrived for the physical exam, all the other students were gone. There was only a young male doctor in a doctor's coat left in the spacious clinic. I'm here for my physical exam, sir. I walked over to him with my medical form and took a good look at him. He was extremely handsome, and he was probably the most good-looking man on campus. You're here for the physical exam? Why have you only come now? He asked in a cold, husky voice. I felt very apologetic and explained my situation haltingly. Come in with me. He stood up and walked into an inner room. I glanced casually at the name tag on his chest, which read Nicholas Johnson. Even his name sounded nice. Sit down and take off your top. Nicholas stood in front of the only examination table in the room. He spoke expressionlessly, but what he had ordered me to do was embarrassing. Are there any female doctors? I felt uncomfortable and uneasy. After all, I had never undressed in front of an unfamiliar man in my life. You came too late. All the female doctors have gone home, and I'm the only one left. You can go out if you don't want to do it. I'll state the facts on your medical report. Nicholas' brow wrinkled, and his demeanor turned icy. I panicked at once. The physical exam would affect our upcoming internships and was very important. I had no choice but to take off my top, leaving me in my bra and a short skirt that didn't reach my knees. I sat on the edge of the examination table. The dim lighting made my vision blur. I felt embarrassed, and I clasped my hands tightly in front of me. From the moment I exposed myself, Nicholas' gaze remained fixed on me. He only glanced away when I looked at him. He nodded in satisfaction and put on white medical gloves before going behind me. Now, we'll begin the first step. Before I was ready, he popped out from behind me. Doctor, I grabbed his hand reflexively to stop him. Let go, he said. His breath blew on my ear, feeling hot and scalding. My ears were burning, and I didn't even have to see myself to know that I had turned bright red. I had no choice but to put my hands down obediently while Nicholas continued pressing with his hands. I almost cried out several times as he pushed and pressed on me with varying amounts of pressure. It happened so many times that I began to think he was doing it deliberately. Finally, the torture ended. You are well developed, but there seems to be a problem, Nicholas said sternly as he took off his gloves. All at once, the thoughts running wildly through my mind disappeared, and I felt my heart leap into my throat. What's wrong? I'm not sure yet. I need to check further. Please unfasten your bra. As it concerned my health, I didn't hesitate and unfastened it at once. My rosy skin was exposed to the air. There were still marks on it from where I had been touched earlier. Have a look, doctor. Nicholas didn't wear gloves this time, and his rough skin brushed up right against mine. Without any barrier between us, I could feel his touch even more clearly than before. I didn't want to humiliate myself in front of him, so I lifted my head and forced myself to endure it. I was focused so much on trying to resist that feeling that I had no idea how seductive I looked from Nicholas' point of view. Nicholas' movements gradually changed in nature, and he began exerting more force. I gripped the edges of the examination table with both hands and could not help crying out, "It hurts, doctor." If Nicholas hadn't been supporting me with both hands, I would already have fallen in a heap. I've finished checking. There are no problems. We can go on to the next step. By the time I had recovered, I was already lying on the examination table. The restraints beside it held me down firmly. What are you doing, doctor? I couldn't help struggling with unease at the thought of losing control of my body. It's a gynecology exam, and it's part of the physical exam. Didn't you know that? Nicholas picked up the medical form and pointed at it. It was written there, but I clearly remembered that it was not necessary for unmarried women. I'm not married, doctor. I don't need to do this part. Nicholas looked at me with his deep, intense eyes and said forcefully, "Who says that unmarried women don't need to be examined? You all need to have this examination. Are you planning on entering the workforce while carrying a disease?" However, I sensed that something did not seem right. No, doctor. I won't do it.